Hey guys, welcome back. So I had the opportunity to try out an early version of Project O recently during a creator's playtest. It was the very first time I actually got to play the game myself, and I was pretty excited, especially after hearing all the glowing reviews coming out of Wolf's Den at GDC earlier this year. And as what everyone would have played it have said, it did not disappoint. So in this video, I'll share my thoughts and show some gameplay footages that I played myself during the playtest. Now take note that the game is still in development and everything you see is still subject to change. Let's get straight into it. So Project O is an upcoming TCG that is developed by Koin Games. It's a completely original game that has been in development for more than a year and is now at a stage where the team is comfortable to allow limited playtest sessions to get feedback. Public access is not expected to be available until later this year, with a full launch looking to happen only next year onwards. So what's unique about the game is that the team have taken well-known characters from popular stories and reimagined them to create something completely unique. So characters like Winnie the Pooh or Puss in Boots, which are already familiar with a lot of audience, are presented in a very different way from what we know them to be in popular stories. The founder and CEO of Koin Games, Tim Yoster, have stated that the inspiration for them to create Project O was because they wanted to bring back the joy and exhilaration of collecting physical cards, which have been lost with the advancement of digitization. And that's the reason why Project O is integrating blockchain technology into the game, so players can truly have ownership of their digital cards. Now the cards themselves are limited edition and are fully upgradable, providing an experience of progression as you collect more cards. The game itself is designed to be quick with 10 to 15 minute sessions. All cards and characters are fully animated. Now I have to give a shout out to the team for the animation and music in the game. It is top notch and really brought the game to life. The board is divided into 3 lanes and you can play 3 cards in each one. Each lane also has different effects, with only the first lane's effects being revealed at the start of the match. The next 2 lanes' effects will be revealed during subsequent turns. Now I thought this brought strategic edge to the game, as you can place your cards in the second or third lane on the first turn, but you never know what the effects might be when they are revealed. Card placements happen simultaneously and they are revealed when both players are ready. Similarly, combat also happens simultaneously, so if you have a card on the opposite side of you, both cards will attack each other at the same time. Now the objective of the game is to take down the lane barriers of the opposing player twice. All lanes start with 20 health, and when broken once, it regenerates with 40 health. You can choose any combination of lane barriers to take down. The first player to take down their opponent's barrier twice wins the match. Now the game mechanics might sound pretty straightforward, but it does bring with it a lot of strategic decision making and some mind games when you're playing against a live opponent. And the pace is fast too, given the game is designed for short and quick 10 to 15 minute matches. Personally, I felt that the game's interface is very intuitive and allows players to quickly get into the game. For the playtest, we were not given any instructions on how to play, nor was there a tutorial for us. Now despite that, I found that I could easily jump into the game once I got in. Of course, as with any TCGs, I had to spend the first few matches reading the cards to understand and get familiar with their effects. But by and large, this was one of the easiest TCGs to get into, and I believe most players would feel the same way as me. I've already talked about the animation, music and sound effects earlier on, but it's worth another mention here. Every card that you place has an animation and sound effect when they are revealed. The lane barriers are also animated when they're broken, and the main character attacks are too. I felt this added a lot to the atmosphere and branding of the game, and it was one of the highlights for me when playing matches. Now for the playtest, we were limited to only using 2 pre-made decks, but even then, I felt there was a nice variety of cards to play with. I can only imagine the level of customization players will have once public access is released and more cards and characters become available. Also, the card upgrading mechanics is something that I'm really looking forward to. Currently, I don't know if upgrading a card just makes them stronger or will it bring about additional effects and card animations. So overall, I felt this was a really good and strong base for the game, and I can now see why people at GDC were so excited about it when they tried it out. And that wraps up my thoughts for Project O. The game is still in development and there's a lot more features that will be coming. Personally, I'm excited to see what comes next and if there will be anything new for the next playtest. But do let me know your thoughts on the game. If you like what you saw in this video, I'll leave my referral link down below to join the Collector's campaign. You can get updated on the developments of the game and also have a chance to win a very valuable and limited edition blueprint. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.